Welcome to the MLFF podcast with your host, Commissioner B. Jack.
Welcome into episode 11. The Modern Warfare 2 update is out, so in an effort to do less of this and play more of that, the podcast will probably suck today. 4 teams on bye this week: the Jaguars, Dolphins, Seahawks, and Buccaneers. Also, another international game this week. The Niners play the Cardinals in Mexico City, but it's on Monday night and not Sunday morning, so proceed as usual. Round 2 of division games also starts this week. Now is your last chance to gain leverage for playoff seeding. And finally, it's last call for trades. The trade deadline is Tuesday. Let's get to it.
Let's go!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Brian defeats Spencer by 6 points in the narrowest margin of victory in Week 10 to extend Spencer's losing streak to 4. Spencer's lineup was 88% optimal to my 77%, the least optimal lineup this week. That'll happen when your 2-star receivers both get injured and your entire bench has solid production. Rest in peace, Cooper Kupp. I was very apprehensive about drafting Quan Bark, but he continues to be a pleasant surprise, and Deonta Fiveman reappeared against the Falcons again. Patrick Mahomes had 4 more touchdowns and fantasy points, but CEH goosed and might be bagging groceries next week. Some good news for Spencer, though, as Rachaad White has been named the starter in Tampa Bay. The final score doesn't do this matchup justice, though. It was a nail-biter until the very end, where Devonta Smith was credited with negative receiving yards and a fumble on a failed lateral to end the Monday night game. Oh, I'm being told we have live audio footage of Spencer watching the end of the Monday night game. Let's have a listen.
Fuck! 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 Oh!
I climbed 2 spots to 4th place, and Spencer falls 2 spots to 9th. We both remain in the lead of our respective divisions. Rhino defeats Dantos by 23 points with a 91% optimal lineup to Dan's 87%. Kyler Murray was declared out with a hamstring injury, leading Rhino to start Russell Wilson. He also started the wide receiver 1 this week in CeeDee Lamb, who torched the Packers, and Jeff Wilson has taken over the Dolphins' starting running back job. Josh Allen had a pedestrian day with only 24 points in what was a great game between the Bills and Vikings. The Broncos bottled up Derrick Henry, and David Montgomery struggled again, but should see an uptick in production with Khalil Herbert going on IR. Rhino improves from 8th place to 6th, while Dantos remains in 2nd place and also atop the East Division. Jake defeats John by 27 points for his 4th consecutive win.
Boom shakalaka!
And John's 2nd loss in a row. Both managers set optimal lineups.
Perfect.
Protestant Kirk had a day against the Chiefs, and Aaron Rodgers apparently just found out who Protestant Watson was. Stephon Diggs tacked on 22 for Jake as well. Zeke was out, but Pollard continues to be better than him anyways. Protestant McCaffrey had 18 points, but was inexplicably sharing work with John's cousin Elijah. There are a lot of Protestant references in this matchup. John's 118 points was the most points scored in a loss this week, but still would have lost to 4 other teams. Big shout out to John for doing his part to help keep Jake in the league. Jake climbs 1 spot to 3rd place, while John drops 2 spots to 5th. Jose defeats Ben by 28 points with a 95% optimal lineup to Ben's 97%. Apparently Aaron Jones needs to go up against a good defense in order to be productive. McLaurin and Gabe Dave contributed a modest 40 points, but Jose's lineup otherwise sucked. The Bills are still figuring out how to use Nyheim Hines, and Judge Judy ruined his ankle before he could contribute anything. But Jonathan Taylor might be back? He put up 27 points in a soft matchup against the Raiders, but it's probably new head coach Jeff Saturday. Justin Herbert needs receivers. The combined 199 points was a top 100 lowest scoring game. Or would it be bottom 100? Whatever. It was the 97th lowest scoring game. Jose's 113 points was the least points scored in a win this week, but still would have beaten 4 other teams. Jose and Ben both remain in 10th and 11th place respectively. Cody defeats Timmy by 50 points for his 2nd win in a row.
He's heating up!
With a 91% optimal lineup to Timmy's 82%. The loss is Timmy's 6th in a row. Travis Kelce is Travis Kelce, and Devontae Adams continues to see a massive target share in consistently negative game scripts. Cody decided to play Terrace Marshall, and I will let that statement speak for itself. Khalil Herbert went on IR with a hip injury but has a chance to return this season. Zach Ertz, however, suffered a knee injury and is out for the season. James Conner ran all over the Rams and was the lone bright spot in Timmy's lineup. Timmy's 83 points was the fewest points scored this week.
I shit myself.
A bottom 100 score all time. Cody jumps 1 spot to 8th place while Timmy remains in last place. T-Bear defeats Gardo by 80 points.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Good for blowout of the week and the 14th largest blowout all time. It's T-Bear's 5th consecutive win,
Boom shakalaka.
and it snaps Gardo's own 5-game win streak. Justin Fields has put up 100 points in the last 2 weeks, and Justin Jefferson is on another fucking level. Dalvin Cook tore up T-Bear's defense. Dallas Goedert went on IR with a shoulder injury but hopes to return after the minimum 4-week absence. Cole Kmet caught 2 touchdowns and was a tight end 1 on the week, but Kareem Hunt and Chase Claypool sucked. Juju suffered a serious back injury and only contributed 5 points. T-Bear's 180 points was the 26th most all time, and the combined 280 points was the highest scoring game this week. Good for 93rd highest all time. Gardo falls from 5th to 7th place while T-Bear remains in 1st and leading the South Division. 6-4 Brian versus 5-5 Gardo. Gardo's a 29-point underdog, but we were tied at 3 wins apiece. Last season I beat Gardo by a mixin. Gardo gets Higgins and Mandrews back, but no Cooper Kupp means I get to unleash Kadarius Toney. 5-5 Rhino versus 5-5 Spencer in a North Divisional matchup. Spencer has the edge head-to-head against Rhino, but is a 20-point underdog here. That margin will tighten up when Spencer plugs the hole in his lineup. Spencer beat Rhino by 10 back in Week 3. With all 3 teams in the North Division at 5-5, this game will have implications. 6-4 Dantos versus 3-7 Ben in an East Divisional matchup. They're even head-to-head, but Dantos is an 8-point favorite this week. Dantos beat Ben by 9 back in Week 3. Ben gets Ramondre back this week, and this could get interesting if JT can keep his momentum going. 8-2 T-Bear versus 5-5 John in a South Divisional matchup. John is 6-3 versus T-Bear and beat him by 52 back in Week 3. This matchup features the top 2-point scorers in the league in the same division, and is the highest projected point total on the week, making this the obvious choice for
Game of the Week.
T-Bear with a ballsy move, playing both Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison. If John's team decides to show up, this could be the highest scoring game of all time. 6-4 Jake versus 1-9 Timmy. Jake is a 6-point favorite against Timmy, but 4-7 against him all time. This margin will grow a bit once Jake subs out Protestant Kirk. Timmy beat Jake by less than a point in their last meeting, the first round of last year's playoffs. 5-5 Cody versus 5-5 Jose in a West Divisional matchup. Cody's favored by 6 points in the narrowest projected margin on the week. Jose is 1-5 against Cody and lost their last matchup by 47 back in Week 3. Bye weeks make this the premier battle of shit quarterbacks. The league payout standings. John continues to lead the blowout of the year, but T-Bear continues to inch closer to leading the most blowouts prize with his 2nd consecutive blowout. Dantos remains in the lead for league pick'em with Jose and Rhino tied for 2nd, 1 point behind.
Look at this shit.
That is it. The trading deadline is 6 days away. Last call for trades, y'all. The playoffs start Week 15. That's 29 days away. Don't forget to submit the weekly pick'em. A link to the form can be found in the commissioner's note and also as a pinned comment in the Discord server. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Just kidding. Eat shit.
Thank you for listening to the MLFF podcast.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.